And Athletic Director Jeff Conway. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys, how are you guys?
Great.
A couple of new Irishmen wearing the green of Napoleon.
I love it. I love
We
it.
coordinated our wardrobe today, so we wanted to make sure we look good.
I love the green Napoleon. I've been asking your softball coach, Josh Brigette, for a piece of swag, and he's yet to give it to me, so hopefully he's watching right now.
So Kip, this is your first year as principal?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So took over in July when Pat became superintendent, and Pat had a long history at the high school and kind of left it in wonderful shape. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a great opportunity to walk into a school that the teachers have been there for a long time, real strong community. So it was a great opportunity.
What would you say makes Napoleon unique, or what are you most proud of as a Napoleon community?
The fact that it's just a real family atmosphere. Mm-hmm. Everybody works together. I think one of the strong suits too is each of the schools you often see looking for teachers at the beginning of the year because they're short.
Right.
It's something you just don't see as often in Napoleon because I think they've got teachers that stay. It's a great place to work. So I think that's a pretty strong testament to the community.
And Jeff, you're new in the AD role at Napoleon.
Yep, I came here I was the athletic director at Dearborn High School for the last 15 years, and in the process of relocating to the area.
Very good.
Just kind of the perfect storm as far as finding a great job in a great place at the right time.
Yeah.
It doesn't always happen that way, so it worked out. Couldn't have worked out any better for me and my family. It's an awesome spot.
That's great. How do you see athletics playing a role just in the overall community spirit atmosphere of a school like Napoleon?
So it's been really great so far. Kip alluded to the community support, mm-hmm. and one of the takeaways I've had in the short month or so that I've been there is how great the individual sports programs do supporting one another.
Sure.
It's real easy sometimes in athletics to get into kind of a compartmentalization situation where everybody's kind of on their own little island. Completely the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Everybody's rooting for everybody, everybody's supporting everybody, everybody's sharing facilities. We have some construction going on right now, so we've had to be flexible, and this person has to move here, and can you do this to accommodate that? It's been just a total team effort so far, which is really cool.
It's got to be great for you and exciting with the new Pirate Plex.
Very exciting, yeah. Yeah, it's been good because when you first start something like that, you do a lot of big stuff like, okay, we have to build a gym. There's all these. Now we're getting into the point where we're getting into the details.
Yeah.
What color is the floor going to be?
Sure.
What kind of chairs are we going to get? The fun stuff is kind of happening now. All the electrical and HVAC, that's all done. Now we're getting into the nuts and bolts of it. So we're pretty excited.
I know the community is super excited. That's a long time coming for that, and it's
going to be awesome.
It's going to benefit really everybody.
Mm-hmm. It's the talk of the town.
It is the talk of the town.
Is it a big week at Napoleon this week?
Last week, so we had homecoming last week. It was a great week. Christine Yob is one of our teachers who was in charge of most of the homecoming activities. This is the first year because of the construction too. We had to have it outside, as you can see with the pictures, and it was great. The kids loved it. The teachers seemed to like it. Instead of having it in the gymnasium, the kids were wonderfully behaved, and there were so many students that participated in the activities. You got our Powder Puff champs there, our seniors. So it was great. It's just one of those moments where you feel real fortunate that you can be a part of it.
Have you guys picked a favorite rival yet, or a rivalry game?
I'm gonna let Jeff answer that one.
I haven't been through a whole season yet, so I will hold off on answering that officially.
Okay.
But I did think, for homecoming, the environment was electric. It was awesome. The place was jammed. It was hopping. The crowd was into it. It was a lot of fun. So.
Yeah. Football team's doing well. You guys have Grass Lake this week, and control your own destiny, really.
Yeah. Yeah, we had week 4 was a bit of an adventure. We had to find a game kind of late. We had to scramble a bit. And we ended up traveling to Fruitport, which was not somebody that you would normally see on a Napoleon athletic schedule, kind of far out by Lake Michigan. But it was an awesome experience for our kids, our fans that traveled with us. It was really fun, and I couldn't say enough good things about how wonderful the people of Fruitport were welcoming us and being great hosts on a one-year deal, just to kind of fill kind of an odd open week that we both happened to have at the same time. It was really cool. It was really fun.
How does the principal's office and the athletic office collaborate? I'm sure you guys are working a lot together.
Yep. So and Jeff and I also have some responsibilities at Ackerson as well.
Okay.
The virtual school. So. We communicate each day with the coverage and what's going on with the sports that day and what's going on in the high school. So we definitely touch base each day. Jeff's also at the middle school, so both of us kind of bounce around quite a bit throughout the day.
Let's take a look. I think we've got some photos from some of the fall sports. How are the Pirates doing this fall, Jeff?
I'm going to knock on wood a little bit, but we're off to a great start.
Yeah,
our varsity and JV teams have been doing really well. Volleyball's off to a fantastic start. They won last night. I think they're 18-6-1 or something like that out of the gate, which is
awesome.
a really fantastic start. Varsity football is 3-2 right now. With a big game this week, they're doing well. Our JV volleyball, JV football are doing great. Cross country and girls golf as well. Girls golf I think has won 5 or 6 consecutive conference jamborees. Yep. Our league tournament is this Thursday, so that'll be a big moment for them. We have a couple outstanding golfers and some youngsters who are really getting better quickly. Cross country's been, like I say, has been great. A lot of medals at invites and things like that. And some of our non-varsity, non-JV club sports. I think we had a slide a minute ago that showed our equestrian team, qualifying for the first time ever school history at the state finals, which is pretty cool thing to see too.
Yeah, it's amazing all that you guys offer for the kids. It's cool.
We have a lot of FFA and 4-H students at Napoleon too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And football, we've got this past week, as you said, homecoming, Grass Lake this
Grass Lake on the road this Friday.
Yeah, and I think JTV Sports is
we'll be there for that,
and then some of the games so far this season.
And then we'll also be at the Michigan Center Napoleon game, which should be a great showdown toward the end of the year. Looking forward to that.
Did you coach before you were an AD?
I did, yeah. I coached a little bit of everything, but primarily I was a baseball, softball, and tennis were the 2 sports that I coached. But I would fill in from time to time if they needed somebody to coach a freshman basketball or a freshman football. Somebody that didn't maybe have the super duper, in-depth knowledge of the sport, but could just kind of jump in and help out when needed. I was happy to fill that. But I'm a baseball, softball guy at heart, probably. So
awesome.
How's enrollment this year? Do we know yet?
Good. We're about 380 to 400-ish. This, like you said, with it being count week, this will be the big week. And then at Ackerson, we're getting pretty close to 100. So just making sure we have all our students counted this week, be a big week. But we're pretty happy with enrollment right now.
Do we know when the Pirate Plex will be open?
We're looking at November-ish.
Yeah, we're trying to nail down an official. We're kind of looking at November 18th right now as sort of a grand opening day. Very tentatively scheduled, because obviously that depends on how construction goes and if everything kind of follows the timeline that we've laid out. But we're thinking of having kind of a big bash when it's ready to get open, get the community out, get everybody a chance to kind of walk through and see it when it's finished. But once that's more official and we get a little closer and we kind of can nail down that timeline, we'll get something out to everybody to nail it down. But we're thinking mid-November for sure. We'll be ready to rock and roll.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in today, and keep up the great work at Napoleon. It's awesome to see what's happening out there.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Kip O'Leary, principal, and Jeff Conway, AD from Napoleon High School. More of the show right after this. Stay with us.